Alrighty then. We're back. It's this is a dozen. This makes a dozen Strahd episodes. How do you feel about that, Sid?
12 too many. It's 12 too many.
Well,
so like
here we are.
last time,
Right.
there was a lot of talking. We're kicking off first thing in the morning after you guys are at the bar.
Cheers.
Yeah, okay. So last time
I was like, I have a stroke. What happened?
I did a little bit. I started smelling toast. It's fine. Okay, yeah. So last time you guys started out at the coffin maker's house. Or the coffin maker's shop, which you guys burned down. Well, he burned it down with himself.
Yes,
inside
don't
of
put it on. We haven't committed arson yet.
We were
Yeah,
witnesses to the arson.
It was
Well, the way that arson works is if you're near it, you did it.
you did it.
I feel like at worst we were accessories to the arson.
Accessory sounds good. Meanwhile, in the town square, Cyrus was checking the post and he encountered Guard Captain Isnik Strozny, who is a little bit of a freak of nature with his weird warped ass arm. He was intent on taking Cyrus over to the pillory, but noticed the fire in the distance and went a different direction with it, more or less bringing your separated party member to y'all. You saved him more or less by running and just fucking picking him up. And then I believe you guys went back to the church. You guys delivered the bones of Saint Andrel back to Father Lucian, and he was like, whatever I can do to help will be super. And he actually gave y'all cash money, which is super great.
Dollar bills, y'all.
That happened. You guys went to the tavern for the evening, but not before taking Irene to the church and telling her that she's going to stay there under Lucian's and the Hallowed Spell's protection. Or no, you guys stayed out that night. Pardon me. The next morning, you went over to the Blue Water Inn and you spoke with a were-raven who was discussing the weirdness with Lady Wachter, mentioning some of the questionable things she has in her house, like her dead husband. And I believe that is where we left off. What would y'all like to do?
I have no idea. I mean, we should probably go talk to Lady Wachter and
Yeah, I think that's where we left things off.
yeah.
There were, and I will say too, I don't know why I'm doing the recaps, but Lady Wachter also, or not Lady Wachter, Erwin Martikoff, he said basically he would send some were-ravens with y'all to kind of keep tabs on you. And if there was any way y'all could get them in either one of the Burgomasters or the Wachter house, they would not ignore an opportunity.
Okay.
Do we want to, out of character, do we want to go to Lady Wachter, poke around her house while we're there, but also start to make plans for whatever Burgomaster dinner thing we have to do?
So my thought was we could go back to Lady Wachter. I could say I have to go take a shit. Then I could walk away, turn invisible, and open up a window.
Okay.
And then one of the ravens could fly in through the window and poke around.
Now, do we already have we already have an inn for the Burgomaster party thing, right? Or are we getting it from the lady?
Not quite.
I think that she is our inn.
She is our inn. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Fiona said to give her the day and she would figure something out.
Okay.
Well, then it sounds like it's perfect timing. We come back and there's no pretense or anything. It's just like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's the plan? Okay. I think that's what we got to do.
All right.
And before we all die.
So making your way from the Blue Water Inn over to Fiona's house. Still quiet morning. Pretty much uneventful walk on the way there. Just like the morning before when you guys entered town, you do see those people going from lawn to lawn, treating whatever flowers and greenery is there with like some much needed sunlight, even though there is a little bit creeping through today. Upon your arrival, house appears just as it did yesterday. Nobody outside. Do you guys want to knock, or are you guys planning something on the outside as well?
Oh, let's rap on the door.
It explodes.
Rap at the chamber door.
I was just listening to that earlier today.
There is a young woman who comes to answer, slightly pointed ears. Her dress is very common. She's wearing an apron that looks like it's dusted with flour. And she looks at you questioningly, but also expectantly.
I'll remove my cloak and drape it over her hands. Just hand it to her. Yes. Wow. Where's my voice? Where's the voice?
I'm
Wow.
in there.
Wow. Not a Starion. Not a Starion.
You do notice passing that over to her. There's immediately like a shock of white, like flour transfer from her hands. It just smears into the clothing.
You'll see to that, won't you?
Can I help you all?
Yes, gladly. We're here. May we come in?
I get your name.
Did we had a team name, right? Do we have a team name?
I don't think y'all have a team name. I don't remember one.
Aye, the cheerful lads, if we're trying to go sarcastic.
The gentleman suitors here.
Okay.
That's not my
The
voice.
Strahd
What's my-
Slayers. Wait.
She falters in the
Definitely
doorway.
don't say that one.
There is a look as if she's about to invite you in, and she falters, and then the door just closes, and you hear like the lock latch into place.
Excuse me, my cloak, please. I cannot believe that's theft. You've done a theft.
I think
About-
you gave that to her.
Well,
That's her cloak now. It's like not even like a minute later when Fiona comes to the door. She looks a little annoyed initially upon arrival. But she answers and she greets you with a smile. She's like, I am so sorry about that. Won't you all come in?
gladly, thank you.
As we walk in, just we'll kind of say to her, "That wasn't your daughter, was it?"
Oh, no. She is on bed rest. She's upstairs sleeping. No, that's... Well, it doesn't matter. It's not who usually answers the door. I can guarantee you that. Usually my staff is a little bit more,
On
Well.
the ball.
yes. Please come into the parlor. Let's all sit down. I hear you
Can I
had a
insight
very
all of that?
eventful day. Yes. Absolutely, yes.
I want to know everything she's thinking.
Bed rest is not the word for it. You get that clearly, like definitely. It's very visibly to you a very easy, very cheap cover up to hide what is actually going on with her daughter.
When she says it, does it like get caught in her throat or anything? Is it like painful to say, or is it like a kind of just this is the story and this is what we're gonna say?
It's so matter of fact. There's no emotion caught up on those words. Almost kind of careless if you read real good into it, which you absolutely did.
Business as usual.
Mm-hmm. So she will lead you all into the parlor, much like the day before. It's a very clean space, ornate with its fine rugs and tapestries, candelabras hanging from or sconces, pardon me, like from the walls. They're, to Cyrus's probably very trained eye, they are valuable to an extent.
Finally, a place with some decent decor.
Thank you. Now, tell me about your day yesterday.
Well, I certainly wasn't publicly embarrassed. Anyone else? Anyone else? No?
Was it yesterday that I tortured the kid and the old man? Or was
Yes,
it
there
the
was
day
a lot that
before?
happened yesterday.
Yeah.
That was a lot for one in-game day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had fun.
It's a shame about poor Henrik, though. An absolute shame. The same woman who came to answer the door comes bustling in with like a tray of tea, and she sets it down on like the table as she takes a seat on one of the couches.
Who's Henrik?
The coffin maker.
Oh yeah, didn't his house burn down?
With you lot right behind it, I believe. Is that correct?
Oh, hey, I resent the implications of that one.
No,
You
but
s-
it's more or less accurate.
It's true.
Thank you.
But you don't see any singed chest hairs, do you? And if you do, don't say anything.
No.
But if you must know, we didn't set the fire. We didn't start the fire.
We didn't start with the fire.
Pardon, but is she supposed to be sitting with us?
Oh, sorry. Fiona sat. Not
Oh,
the
okay.
lady. She like dropped off tea and like booked it.
You trying
But
to
also
mean
your
girls
cloak,
her?
your cloak is not here though. Like she didn't drop it back off. It's gone.
Oh, certainly. But when I leave, she'll fetch it for me. Do I spot a decanter of anything in this room?
On the here, I might just bring you guys over to the map, but I feel like every time there's a map, it's like the implication of a battle. Here, give me 1 second.
I
We'll
immediately-
pull you guys into
I
it.
immediately shock her. Electrocute.
I'll drag you
Nice.
all over into here. Boop.
Gonna assume that hits.
Yes.
Dang, that's a solid.
Can you
hit.
all see?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, lovely.
Rad. Let me find this bitch and put her back in here. Boop boop. So you'll notice above the fireplace, there is a row of various decanters and bottles. They look more ornate and for show than anything, but there's a couple that look like they have some liquid in them.
I'll casually bring my tea over there and pour some brandy in. Well, certainly.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Just making myself at home. If you don't mind.
Of course.
So there's this party coming up soon, yes? I know we were all so excited. We wanted to see if you were attending.
Typically not, but I believe I have an opening for you before the celebration.
Before.
The
Wonderful.
Baroness likes to host various citizens of Valakai for brunch.
Hey, that sounds fun.
It's held almost every day. It
A little less
takes
special
place
now.
almost immediately after the group that attends her to help her plan her husband's various celebrations. They will leave, the citizens come in, They have their brunch and they leave again, but that is, I feel, a fairly good opening to make a special delivery should it be necessary.
Sounds
With
promising.
the individual in question, the Baron, be there. That is still the target, is it not?
He is typically home around these hours unless he's called away.
So you're thinking slip in during the brunch and find him? Is that what you're suggesting?
Potentially. Make the delivery to his kitchen, take down the whole house, maybe. Just has to start with one, really. He would be the ideal target.
Wouldn't it affect the people coming to the lunch, brunch, whatever it is?
Yes, but they're not of any consequence, not really. She usually picks people from the most desolate part of town. They're desperate for any meal that they can get.
Oh, then why are we going?
You're new to
How we
town,
get
she
in?
doesn't know your faces.
Ugh, insulting.
I
Doesn't
have
know
my
what-
man swap out the attendance records. They have your names on them.
I hate to tell you, you're gonna have to deal with some pores.
God, ugh. I'll need extra thick gloves.
Contagious.
You've obviously been to the Baroness's estate many times. Would you happen to have a layout or a recollection, something that could be used to guide us through?
I don't know the whole house. There's some places that were locked when I went. Rightfully so, I feel. But I can tell you where his office is. I can tell you where Isnek's room is, because the good guard captain lives with the Baron.
We've been recently acquainted, haven't we? He's going to shoot a look over to Cyrus.
And you'll need to watch for him. He's an angry one. The boy, for the most part, he likes to hide out upstairs in the attic. So he shouldn't be much trouble. I will say, though, you need to be quite weary. The Baron has 2 rather large dogs. They can be temperamental.
You talking like the one I got or something a little different?
Like mastiffs.
Kind of looks down at Athena. Alright, good to know. Not every dog is as sweet as mine.
So you cuddle with the guard dog. That'll be helpful.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. If it's a dog and I can cuddle with it rather than hurt it, I'm going to do that.
Animals can be made to do a number of things with the right persuasion.
It's true. I do spend a lot of time with the dogs already.
They are very well trained. But so long as you don't go in with the intention of harming him, I don't see how they would be a problem.
So it sounds like one way or the other, I got to keep my eye on those 2, don't I? 2 dogs, you said? Or more?
2.
Sounds like I'm on dog duty then, lads.
Seems a good fit.
I love that.
See, my other characters would have made a dog duty joke there, but
Oh,
not
trust me, it
Cyrus.
entered my brain. Sid, formal request that every boss fight has dog companions in this campaign, please.
Sure.
Don't say that.
Very-
Now we have to kill them all.
No, I just roll really high every
Monsters.
time.
So this Baron, during the brunch, He'll be there, but obviously not in attendance. What is his day like? Does he have a security detail? Is there...
He sort of does as he pleases. He's typically a little bit more concerned about his frivolous little celebrations than he is much of anything else. He likes to visit the town square, make a point about the people that he keeps in the pillory, and then who knows what else? He just lingers. He doesn't do much of anything aside from the festivity planning. I think for the most part, he might be tucked away in his library.
Is there anything that can pull him out of this library? Perhaps some sort of business dealings?
I would leave that up to you. I believe I got you in the door.
Yes, you're right, you're right.
Who does he trust the most?
Isnik, probably.
The guard captain.
One would think that it was his poor, poor wife, but she, is a desperate little creature.
Meta question. You said Ishtik is a large lad.
He is a very large lad.
Do I think a
And an
disguise...
even larger arm.
Do you think a disguised self would make someone look like him? With that, I think I get up to a foot higher and lower.
How tall are you now?
I imagine Dristan is like long and lanky, probably like 6 foot.
I think you'd be close.
Yeah.
Because I think I had him gauged at about like the 7-foot-ish mark, like comparing to a Goliath, but not being a Goliath. He's just fucking massive.
That big of a boy.
He's a
If I
big
got
boy.
some Ron DeSantis for my stuff
I've
for
been
my
wanting
feet.
to ask you guys about those fucking boots for days.
man.
Yes.
All right, we gotta go to
that
a
would be perfect.
we gotta go to a cobbler after this.
I know a guy. No, not here.
So his guard. If his guard was indisposed, maybe it would allow us an opening to deliver the just desserts, we'll call it.
Definitely one method. You could sneak through the kitchens, throw them on the table. You can smuggle them into his library directly, dressed as somebody who works in the house. It's up to your imagination, really.
How long of a window do you need?
Oh, it's not for me.
No, I'm...
Oh, him, of course.
To me,
Yes.
Ooh.
Is it just to slip by? Because I could demand an apology for the way I was treated yesterday, and that could keep the big man predisposed.
Ooh.
a couple minutes, perhaps.
Oh, I could do a couple minutes.
I can charm a person, I can do protection from good of evil, and I could maybe silvery barb someone to give them advantage, but that might just be for combat.
If you want to play good cop in my conversation, like come in to be like, whoa, 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 Cyrus, you need to stop being mean to the... kind of work that angle,
Could try to do that.
I feel like
if things get hot.
I feel like Dristan might also have this, or maybe I'm just confusing our AE characters, but I also have alarm as well, which may be of use.
Could be helpful.
I could electrocute someone.
Well, I also have absorb elements, so you're only electrocuting me for half.
Yep. Why would I threaten you? You're part of my team.
That was out of character. I didn't say it
Oh,
in the
I see.
accent.
Oh, I see. Yes.
I've got absorb elements. You're only shocking me for half, lad.
And if this all goes well, then certainly I'll make you all top minions in my Legion of Darkness. I mean,
If-
just
Nah, sounds
If you're
great.
try-
Sounds like a real promise that's going to be fulfilled someday.
If you're trying to bluff or distract or something, if it were to like roll on an insight, I'm being a little meta right now, but if it were to roll on an insight, I could make it re-roll if it succeeds, and then
Mhm.
give you advantage on bluffing or whatever else it is you want to do.
I
Okay.
mean, yeah, I wouldn't say no to that. You
Um,
can be my good luck charm there.
I think if we can get in there, if we can pull the guard captain away somehow, and slip into his library, if we could dress up the pie, it's like a meat pie, right? So, assuming it still works, even if I imagine it's the contents of the pie that are the,
That is important.
So if, I imagine pies in this region of the world are a little suspicious. But if they could be incorporated into whatever his meal was going to be from the kitchens anyway, then when he absentmindedly eats it while eating, or while he's, having his planning session or whatever, either brought to him by his guard captain, which would be suspicious, or a servant, which would be less suspicious. And then they slip out. I can cause a number of distractions. I have silent image, which can be made to make any number of scary phantoms. And then the disguise self, and then invisibility. So real infiltrator type. To get in, get the goods, drop them off, and then go.
I dig it.
So, is it just Tristan on Sneaky Sneak?
I think I'll need help
Decent-
getting there regardless.
I have decent stealth.
Your little
What's-
hooves don't make clicky clackies on the brick.
That's a good
I was gonna say,
I resent that remark. I have good stealth, and we'll leave it at that.
Achilles is on dog duty.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's more
Tristan
of a
on
splitty
Team
splat
Sneaky
instead of a clicky clack. With that one.
Cyrus and Noah on Team Big Boy, and what's Garen doing?
I have no idea. I don't have any of the skills.
He's a distraction at the brunch, just getting really drunk on the mimosas.
You're to eat and drink at the brunch.
I can do that.
Free meal.
Honestly,
I was gonna say, if you want to join Team Big Boy, in case it goes south, having three of us instead of two might not be terrible.
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
I agree. I think extra any help there is going to be good.
I like the idea of you just
Okay.
knocking back mimosas while we explore the manor, though.
Guys, I did my job so well.
I made like 3 friends.
Oh.
You'll notice Fiona, her head will tilt just slightly, and she'll hold up a finger, and she waits for a moment. I also believe that their lady-in-waiting and their lead butler have gone missing. Should that be helpful to you?
We do have alibis.
Is that your work?
No, actually. I'm
Well,
actually
that's
getting a
not
little suspicious because one of mine has not shown up for work in the past couple of days either.
If it's not our work, not your work, who's...
Someone's targeting to help.
Either they're targeting or unfortunate circumstances have reared their ugly heads, but 2 for one house is interesting.
It's hard enough finding good help these days.
It really is.
Does that mean he's hiring?
It could be.
That could be an in with the guard captain.
It's just another foot in the door. Hmm.
I can buttle.
Will that mean there'll be likely more security there if people are going missing?
I haven't seen any.
You seem to see a lot of things.
Have
Both
eyes around town.
inside and outside the house.
Only sometimes inside the house.
Do little
Sometimes
birdies whisper to you? Oh, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Birdies, no. But the
Or
right
spiders,
person...
whatever you want to call
Spiders
it.
would be interesting, no, but sometimes I get the right sort of person attending brunch. They are hungry and they need money for more food. And I can provide.
Assuming everything goes perfectly tomorrow, and we're able to deliver the package, what are the next steps? What would you like to see the next steps be?
Assuming
Presumably-
everything plays out and the pies do their job. I've seen how they work. They acquire a taste for it, they crave for it, become desperate for it. It can drive people mad. Having him susceptible that way, eager to have what he wants, me being able to provide it for him.
You'd be his dealer.
I would happily be his dealer. But also they are contraband. And should it be slipped out that the Baron, of all people, is addicted to something, it could be grounds to get him out of town. They already want him out.
Wouldn't then logically his seat go to his son or wife?
Lydia would fold like a wet napkin. The son is a concern, yes. Which is why I'm not adverse to you just putting the pies in the kitchen and hoping that everybody gets a taste. Delivering them to him specifically works fine. But everyone being susceptible would be ideal.
Is he paranoid? Does he have a taste tester?
That's a good question. I myself have not seen him have a taste tester. I don't think he has any reason to be scared, not with Iznik at his back.
We really only
Nobody
have
would dare
one.
try.
We really only have one shot at this. We
You
should
only
also
have one.
assuming things do not go well, we should have a backup meeting location. Can we get the big map picture?
Let's see which place
Oh,
has
no,
the.
too big of the map. Too big of a map.
Yeah, let's
you
let's
go.
really amber.
Pick where you want to go.
Let's see which one has the best breakfast potatoes.
Oh, here, hold on. I'm gonna. That'd probably be Blue Water Bay. That's pretty much the only place that provides food like that. But we're gonna go.
Well, now hold on a second. Did the coffin maker have a basement?
Not that you guys saw.
Are basements common in Barovia?
Basements would be super common in Barovia, yeah, like a good food stores place too.
Yeah,
Okay. Root cellar.
because we could go back
Mhm.
to the bar, the tavern, but I don't want to bring that heat to them. Or we could go down to a place that we've already burned down once, and has no other strategic significance.
I thought you were about to say burn it down again.
Burned down what's left.
Yeah.
Foundation's still standing. I don't like it.
I will say too, Fiona will point out the stockyard. It's this pretty much just this big empty yard with a bunch of sheds in it. There's a guy who's got a trailer down there right now for like a derelict carnival that he was once a part of, but it's completely empty. Beside that, well, not completely empty, like there's horses and stables, but it's not a hangout grounds by any means.
Right, so if we do get caught, we can all make our own separate ways to the stockyard.
Sure.
All right.
And then I guess more importantly, though, if all of this goes according to plan, lady, we need to talk about our partnership going forward.
Go on.
You said you have eyes everywhere, so it's not unreasonable to know, to assume that you know who we have in our company, who you've seen us around with, and how powerful she can be as a catalyst for change.
Thinking about the girl. I've heard a little, but not a lot. Only that she was spotted with you last evening.
Let's just say that she could be the first domino in a number of dominoes that could reshape all of Barovia. And you helping us, allying yourself with us, you'd be on the right side of history.
Tempting.
We've only been here a day, and you can see we work quickly.
Oh, very quickly. Let us see what today brings us, and I think we can discuss it a little more. I am tempted, do not get me wrong. But I have placed all of my eggs in a single basket before, and I will not do so again.
Do we know what she's referring to?
Probably her daughter. Now, can I treat you all to a bit of breakfast before we get things ready?
Absolutely, I'm peckish.
Of course, if we would like to migrate to the dining room, I will be happy to serve you.
Something with capers, perhaps?
See. And she will. She'll get up and play hostess, kind of gesturing and herding you all into the dining space to take a seat. There's fine porcelain, there's crystal glassware. It's all very refined compared to what you've seen in Barovia.
It's refreshing. Can I live here?
Oh god, I drew everywhere.
Oh, there's blood!
There's
blood everywhere! Oh, not on this wood!
Everything disappeared.
What? Did you disappear? It's because you disappeared. Hold on.
I disappeared.
I deleted you from this earth.
Garen's dead!
Easy.
He actually just drank too much.
Garen? Are you back?
No.
Fuck!
He literally blacked out.
He's just like, I gotta go.
He's having to sleep on the couch.
He's just holding a night. Here we go. Nope. My God. Get on the fucking chair.
There we go.
I forgot what this lantern does.
So
It's
over
light, probably.
the next couple minutes, Fiona will call in the same young lady that had originally answered the door and served you all your tea, still spattered with flour. She'll bustle in and serve water and like coffee or tea, and she'll bustle back into the kitchen and start getting things ready for breakfast. It's not a grand meal by any means. It's the fine dining where it's like, oh good, I had a bite. Thank you so much for that. It's like half of an English muffin and an egg, sort of fare.
There's no written. It doesn't say one way or the other whether Dampier need to eat or not. Though I've been kind of ruling it that he seems to get most nourishment from blood.
Mhm.
So food, I imagine it's like a Pirates of the Caribbean thing, where like he can eat it, but it has like no taste.
Right.
It has no flavor. It just kind of like sits in his stomach, and it just kind of like that does
nothing for me.
That does nothing.
Weird
But
textures too, probably. Like, I don't know.
A lot of mouthfeels, basically.
Tell you what, I'll trade you your portion for just a little bit of blood.
Whose blood?
Well, I mean, let's see, who can I find on short notice? Just a little nip.
I shouldn't. Besides, look at this beautiful bounty our gracious host has put out before us. It's quite wonderful. He's going to take like a deviled egg and he's going to like delicious.
And through that
Excuse-
exchange, Fiona's had like her tea like up to her mouth, and her eyes are just shifting back and forth.
Excuse me, Lady Fiona. May I inquire where your restroom is?
Yes. She will like gesture to this hallway back here. That's one of the doors up front.
Thank you very much. And like a phantom, just as it's going to rise, seemingly without.
I'll say, I don't know why he insists on eating the eggs. He knows what it does to his system. You've got your work cut out for you. I'll point to the help when I say that.
They smile politely, if not really like it's the strained look of like, oh, I'm gonna have a mess to clean up. I'm so happy to be here. The customer service smile.
Oh, I'm familiar. Cyrus enjoys every second of it. That's his life fuel right there.
Would it make more sense? Because she pointed to the bathroom downstairs or on the main floor.
Yeah, and she gestured over here. But these are also like doors, if that helps in your endeavor at all.
For T stealth, I'd like to stealth back up the stairs.
Do it.
So that should give me advantage on stealth checks.
I believe so.
It just says I'm invisible. So
Does invisibility not give you advantage on stealth?
I'm like so Boulder Gate brained right now. So I'm like, that's what that does.
No, I feel you. Yeah.
Don't give advantage on sound-based.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're just invisible.
if we weren't gonna see him anyway, then invisibility wouldn't really help the situation.
Be sneaky.
And let's be sneaky.
and I'll just use my telekinesis to kind of move the rest of the food on.
That she's concerned about anything. She seems enraptured in conversation. She seems very interested in Cyrus's rich dad. But she's a very good hostess, and she is very good at trying to speak with everybody in very casual conversation when it's not nefarious plots and planning. Tristan, you go upstairs, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. We're dropping you down here if you want to scroll down.
Ah, hello.
Can you